And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
They're not ready to middle. Y'all playing the wrong football. He's checking. Crash. Pick the edge. Come. Watch the edge. On 52. Undercrush. Alert.
From the gun, it's Allen. He's going to air it out deep for Green. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, and have them back on their heels.
On 4th down, here's Brett Kern to punt the football away. Back deep, Antonio Brown. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. This is fielded at the 27. That'll wind up being a 50-yard punt, though they do get 10 back on the return. And the Bears take over. Around the NFL, an update from a game going on down in Tampa. And the Bucs are out to an early lead. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know. We know where we are right now, but the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan on putting it together, formulating a streak, got the whole month of December still left to play. They think they can get in.
And they made it very obvious to us that there's no playoff talk in the locker room right now. It's win this game and look to next week.
Excellent focus.
Ready?
From the 45 on 2nd down. Young, flush to his right. Man open, that's Marquez Valdez-Scantling. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down.
Stop your whining. Jump. Rock it. Look at me. Zipper.
Young working out of the gun. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
And they will finally get him to the ground at the Texans' 19-yard line.
That outside handoff to the left, that play has to warm the heart of an offensive line coach because they controlled the left side where they were supposed to, but they didn't allow anything to leak from the backside on the right side of the offensive line either. Well put.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Nick Kwiatkowski able to maneuver in for the sack. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Now a give, right side. Hines. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up.
Score. 6-6. Pull it high. Watch it creeping. Hey, Charlie. Leo. Watch the ship. Now.
3rd and long for Young. Steps away. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that? defense right there. Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And this one is going to just tuck into the bottom left corner as he gets it to go. And the lead moves to 10-zip. Well, maybe a little bit of an anxious moment there as that ball got closer and closer, but it does curl in.
Yeah, actually did a little bit of a slow dance there with the left upright, didn't it? But had just enough space, as you said, for it to curl in.
Let's go! Right there.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And it's been a rocky start for them thus far. They had the turnover and then the punt on those first two drives.
So there is optimism because they've improved, right? And turnover, you just noted it on the first drive.
Punt's better than the turnover.
The punt is better on the second one. Now they're hoping to turn it into first downs and hopefully points.
On first down, Allen. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack.
My, oh my, they've had some success bringing him off the edge. How about the gambling man who's the defensive coordinator? He's not just bringing pressure. He's bringing a corner to go after the quarterback.
And it's worked twice now, twice like a charm.
And not only has that worked like a charm, he's been awfully disruptive in his usual role covering receivers. Now he's rushing the passer as well.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. He'll get 3, but it leaves him with a big hole here on 3rd and very long.
They did a really nice job there defensively. They strung the play out, didn't give him a cutback lane. On each play, you have guys what I call our BCR players. Guys are responsible for the bootleg, for the cutback, and for the reverse. They played that one perfectly.
And rode him right out of bounds.
Let's go, defense. Let's go, defense. All right, here we go. SOS. Mike 52. Right here.
Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter.
Check nickel. Shift. Watch the shift. Hey, watch this. Regular.
On 3rd and long, it's Allen. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely, he's been under constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. With it is Brown. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try and increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Hey, Sam on. On the
From the shotgun, it's Young. Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
53 is the alpha. Tackles. Go. Go five.
Now Young. And that is incomplete. Problems on third down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on third down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to third down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on first and second down.
Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And he's into the clear. The 30, 10, touchdown, Houston. Aaron Jones, 93 yards, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Well, from back where that one started, they were hoping probably for just a few yards on the ground there. Instead, they get 90-plus and into the end zone.
And as much credit as I have to give the guys on offense, I often think when I see a run of that magnitude that there has to have been a mistake made, maybe even multiple mistakes on defense, because you're expecting them to run the ball from that stage of the field. Instead, it turns into one of the longest runs that we're going to see in the NFL.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
The linebacker Ryan Shazier there to make the tackle.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Hines. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. He's having a big game running the football, but that one will hurt the yards per carry a little bit.
Yeah, but the average he's got so far, that's the type of average he wants to take with him to contract negotiations, doesn't he?
36. 80 weapon. 50. Target. Mike. Yeah. Ready?
Young on 3rd down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. They'll look to set up his blockers. It'll go as a 50-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. A little over 20 seconds remaining in the half as they'll line up here 1st and 10. They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Watch the twin.
Throwing now is Allen. Dancing to his left. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock.
It's 3rd down.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass.
X3, 218, chop.
Snap comes at 1, and it's Allen. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go. And likely time for one final play here in the half, so they will go for it on 4th down.
Check 4, check 1. Check 3, check 3. Slap. 5 wide.
A final shot before half for Allen. And it is incomplete. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Let's go, boys. Bring it up.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And last time they were very fortunate, this offense. They went for it on 4th, turned it over in their own territory, but the other guys held up. They didn't give up any points.
So how about the guy with the #1 headset on the sidelines, the head coach? That was planned going into it, not necessarily to not get the first down or to have the defense have to hold
But he
up.
trusted his defense.
Trusted his defense very much, and I think that's how he's going to play this game. Go for it, be aggressive, because I've got the wild bunch backing me up over here on my own sideline.
Now we'll see what his offense can do. Again, it's Jones. They'll only get a couple up to about the 30.
And that last carry puts him right at 100 yards for the game. So how has he done it? Because he's been patient, followed his blocks, let everything develop, and then burst through for big gains.
Where's 52? 52's the mic. Exit. 5-2. Regular. Hey, let's go. 5-52. Hey, let's get off the field, D. Alert. Whip. Watch the whip. He's coming.
Allen from the gun on 3rd down. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. A big one there for the Texans, 18 yards. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
When we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, they like his work ethic. This guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And forget that 100-yard rushing game, at least for the moment, as he'll lose yardage here and fall back under the century mark for the game. They'll go again to Jones. Just a yard on the gain there, and that leaves him with 14 yards still to go on 3rd down.
Well, that didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just started in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
And the Bears in the nickel. No, wait, they're in the dime. 6 DBs out there on 3rd.
Could play an exotic coverage.
Don't get nervous. Tight dog. Alert. Hey, tight. Check this guy. He's cracked. Alert. He's checking crack. Shit.
Now with just 1 second showing on the play clock, we're going to get a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter.
Round 80. 22's coming. 22's coming. Mike. No gun. Defense, no gun. Slam. Hey, home. Patchy. Switch. Check 26. Switch it. Come on, switch it. Check three. Check. Shift.
Allen maybe with a free play. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. So, of course, they declined that there. They knew they had the free play. They got great yardage out of it.
It's kind of like when we were at dinner last night. You saw me reach for the check, so you ordered dessert on top of it, right? You say you had the free play.
Yeah.
Right? Already had what you needed. Go ahead and get a little more on top. I like it.
So, forget the 3 and out. The penalty makes this 1st and 10. After the penalty, it's Jones. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Check 56.
Hey, Delta. 56.
To the air. Allen completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially. They come out here in the eye. They'll try and run it in with Jones. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
Round 80. Mike 52. Double.
And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. Aaron Jones with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Texans have taken the lead. Tucker with the extra point, and the lead is now 14-10. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This will be taken in at the 1. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line.
Here we go.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Kill. Turn up. Kill. Turn up. Hey, let's go.
On 3rd down, it's Hines. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A good pickup, 17 yards and a Bear 1st down. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. And that'll do it for the end of the 2nd quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
64, hard. Shoot.
Now it's Hines. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. A Chicago 1st down there on a gain of 11.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
Protein spill. Look, squeeze. Now.
They'll run on first down. Hines, they'll have another first down and more. And all the way down to the 25-yard line. 16 yards is the pickup there and a first down for Chicago.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
First down, a run with Cohen. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12.
6-6, pull it high. Smooth.
Check, 53's mine. Hey, let's get some.
They'll try to throw now. Young. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. A good pickup there at 22. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal.
Look at me. Go.
Switch.
Rock it, fight.
They run with Hines. And he will fight his way in. Not giving up there, and he's got a Bears touchdown. Nyheim Hines with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Bears have retaken the lead. Extra point up and through. And it's now 17-14. This fielded at the 2. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Give the tackle to Hassan Reddick.
2nd and 10 at the 24-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
All day, every day, any day. 53's the mark. 53, check 53. Here we go.
Hey, box truck.
53 is the mark. Oh, yeah.
So the shotgun snap to Allen. And his throw is incomplete. Emmanuel Sanders, the intended receiver. And that'll make it 3rd down. But the passing game right now for them, not overly impressive. Last week he hit on right at 50%. This week he's under 50%.
And it's not just on him. Protection, a few breakdowns along the way has made him get off the spot. Receivers not getting their way open downfield. The coverage has been awfully tight. They've got to all get together and find ways to make this passing game get in gear.
No.
Throwing is Allen on 3rd. Escaping the pressure right. And this is going to be incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
Here's Brett Kern now as he's on to punt for Houston. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
Hey, Wahoo!
52. Check. Back two. Middle. Back two, Mike, back two. Watch the screen. Shoot.
Allen will look to throw for it on fourth. Got a man. He finds Sanders. They get 14 on that one. Good for a Houston first down. And this hasn't been the typical game, no doubt, for Emmanuel Sanders. They've really limited him.
He's one of those players that provides a real spark when he gets going. And when he does it, it's felt by the rest of the team, and they're feeling it in this one because right now they're trailing.
Allen now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10.
Hey, dude.
Again, they'll throw with Allen. The Sanders has got it complete. They get 14 on that one. Good for a Houston first down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. On first down, it's Jones. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Ready? Check 24. Monday. In the rep. Let's go right here.
And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5.
54. Check. Watch 54. Defense wins championships, baby.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Jones. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to bring up a 3rd and about 7 left.
And it's 3rd down.
Three points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. On 3rd down, here's Jones. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 4th down. Whistles now and a timeout. So defensively, they burn it here with 1:51 left. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This was the old NFL record distance for decades, a 63-yard attempt. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle.
That ties the game
So make some room next to Tom Dempsey on the NFL's all-time field goal distance leaderboard. That's going to go down officially as a 63-yarder.
Let's not forget about David Akers, Jason Elam, and Sebastian Janikowski, too. So now Matt Prater at 64 has got a little bit of company up near the top spot. That was one heck of a kick right there.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
60 Pittsburgh. Now.
Now Young. And he completes it to Cohen. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12.
Bravo. Gone.
That's it. Big hit.
Ready?
Young. He's got his man, Valdez-Scantling. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game.
Here we go.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Leo.
They'll try the left side. It's Hines. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Now the Bears will use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game.
Let's go. 10 Lobo.
Let's go deep, tighten up. Let's go deep, tighten up.
Small out. 5.
Check. Rush in.
Here's Young. Eluding the pressure right. Slings this deep from McLaurin. And this is going to be intercepted. Kevin King with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick 6 last week. Not a pick 6 here, but an interception.
It's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept a pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. Well, that worked really well last week because he had made it all the way to the end zone. This week, he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but, boy, he's playing really well.
They'll start out on the ground with Jones. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
At this stage, you've got to hustle. Got to get back to the line of scrimmage because you're saving that timeout to make sure you have a chance to get your kicker out there for the big shot.
So 4 quarters wasn't enough, and we are off to overtime. Don't change that dial. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner. So we're right back where we started. All even as the kick's away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They're set for their first drive here in overtime, and this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, That gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team, and that first drive can dictate the whole thing because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
It's been loud in here so far. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
You're not ready. Check 3. Check down 35. Down 35.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across. Across the 40-yard line.
Let's go!
Adoree Jackson on the tackle. It's a gain of 10. First down, Texans.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
It's our time. It's our time. It's it. 52's the mic. Bring it on.
They'll run it with Jones. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. It was Jonathan Bostic there on the stop.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10.
We take a win. Slam, slam, slam. Middle. All 52. Mark 22, Mark 22. I'm here all day. All 52. All day. Out. Crunch, crunch.
Now with the play clock almost gone, Sean McDermott's going to call for a timeout. They'll be down to just one remaining as we step aside here in overtime.
Hey, round 80. 52. Here we go. Let's bring it. Let's go. Let's bring it. Let's bring it. 52's the mark.
Throwing on 2nd down. Allen. Flush. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Probably thinking they got to be careful not to force anything here in overtime. This is 3rd and a mile right now. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. Now he'll let it go deep left side. Oh, and it's intercepted. Picked by Kevon Seymour. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. A costly mistake here in OT.
And you know what they say when you throw an interception like that in overtime? You don't usually get a chance to throw a second one. I mean, I'm not sure the analytics on it. Let's ask Marvin, our statistician, to ring that down for us. That's typically how coaches and teams feel about it. If you throw one, you likely cost yourself the game.
They'll run on 1st down. Hines. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Fair, fair.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Hines. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And they're going to face a third down.
On the set.
53's Mike. Check 53.
Hard. Go. Snap.
On third down, it's Hines. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. Mark that down as a pickup of 13, and the Bears have the first. He continues to be effective running the football, a big reason that they have the lead.
And I love one of the quotes that I read about him where he said of himself, "I love it when a team just hops on my back and I just carry them along."
15 line it. 15 line. Now go.
On first down, Hines. And they'll get this down to the 10. 10 more there and another first down. They've had some success here in overtime on this opening drive running the football. Right back to that well.
And why not? When you have that kind of success, make them stop you. And until they do, keep going back to that well you just spoke about. I think there's more water there and available to them.
They'll run on first down. Richard. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. And I know you with every carry, especially in overtime, you're just saying if you're that ball carrier, hold on to the football.
Hold on to it, protect it, but not necessarily settling because you're trying to get to the end zone. You're trying to end the game right here. And I know the defensive guys poking, clawing, raking, trying to knock the ball free and protect their end zone.
Yeah, like you alluded to, especially this part of the field. And he's into the end zone for the touchdown and the game winner in OT. Partner, a great game that we got to see and making it extra special. Not only did I get 4 quarters with you in this one, I got some overtime, a little whipped cream on top.
Look at you, trying to make this whole thing palatable.
I just want you to pay for my meal later.
You really just wanted 4 quarters what you wanted, but how much fun was that? We had that type of a game where we got us to overtime, and then we get the dramatic ending to finish things off as well. What a game.
So for the Bears, the win means they'll finish the first half at a respectable 5-3 record. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Green Bay Packers. Meanwhile, for the Texans, they fall 2 games under 500 now at 3-5. And they'll look to get back on track next week as they travel up to Detroit to take on the Lions. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Got it on smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, they will not stop me. Tenfold, copy, end zone, watch me celebrate. I'm cocky, I do my dance, jump in the stands. No man, man, I'll deal with the hands. Thought he could guard me, I ruin their plans. I do what I want, they do what they can. Got it on smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, 100 yard dash, 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 yeah. They can't catch up cause they lacking the stamina. Way too advanced to be playing with amateurs. They on attack when they tackle like damager. They react and play it back on the camera. Hot boy, just consider me flammable. Sure shot, I got all the intangibles. Need a leash, I'm a beast, I'm an animal. Eat the competition up like a Hannibal. Know the game like I wrote up the manual. I do weekly what you do on the annual. MVP, that decision unanimous. Big dials, I don't think they can handle it. Battlefield, it's just me and my warriors. Guaranteed we emerge victorious. Years, blood, sweat, tears, it's glorious. I remember when they always ignoring us. Dash, got it on smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash.